Hey everybody, I'm Cheyenne Adamson, and welcome to the Yes Phonics channel, where homeschoolers, teachers, and educators everywhere come for valuable teaching information and insights. So today we're going to talk about how science proves the efficacy of phonics learning. So what began with an observation and an intuitive theory on multisensory teaching some 80 years ago was actually scientifically proven in 2003. It established phonics, associating sounds with written symbols, as a critical tool in learning how to read. In between those years, scholars and researchers added tools to the basic theories of phonetic learning. We'll talk about how phonics evolved from just observation and intuition to strategy and science. So providing the best method for teaching reading, spelling, and writing in the 1920s, Dr. Samuel Orton, who was a clinician and a prominent dyslexia researcher, he decoded the English language by identifying the 72 phonograms, known as the 72 Orton phonograms, and they represent the common spelling patterns of the English language. These phonograms are the primary codes for speaking, spelling, and reading and writing English. Dr. Orton also introduced the concept of multisensory learning, which is teaching and integrating kinesthetic, which is movement-based, and he also threw in tactile, which is sensory-based, threw in these learning strategies as a way to help children with learning disabilities. 83 years later, by researchers studying brain activity in children, researchers at Georgetown University were able to substantiate Orton's theory that different phonological skills relate to activity in the brain when children read books. They also shed new light on brain regions that change as children become accomplished readers. They went on to say, quote, "Phonological skills allow readers to sound out words by correctly associating sounds with written symbols. They are critical for children learning to read." That's pretty awesome. So reading is the single most important skill our children learn. It impacts virtually every aspect of a child's life. So let's talk about the theory and the science of phonics and its evolution. Using the phonics platform established by Dr. Orton, which I would argue that all students in English need in order to reach their highest potential, there's a guy named Dr. Leonard Ayres, who was a successful teacher and researcher who lived from 1879 to 1946. He actually served as a school administrator and a director of the Department of Education, and he was a statistician for the Russell Sage Foundation. Dr. Ayres searched out the 1,000 words that was most commonly used every day in the English language. These words were derived from numerous tests arranged in order of increasing difficulty and marking off the points at which each successive grade could use the spelling list. The first person to package Orton's theories and tools for school teachers was a fine lady named Romalda Spalding, one of my favorite people, actually one of my mentors today. She was an elementary teacher and a student of Dr. Orton, and she actually discovered that her special education students using Orton's methods were learning to read better than her other students. So using Orton's methods and phonograms, an extended Ayres spelling list of the 1,000 most commonly used words, which was the aforementioned Leonard Ayres who developed that, they also developed word markings and other innovations. Spalding developed the highly successful, multisensory, systematic, wait for it, intensive, explicit, direct phonetic language arts method designed for all students, known as the Spalding method. The method is set forth in the teacher's textbook, The Writing Road to Reading, which arguably is one of the most seminal works in today's educational field. Still relevant and still effective as it was in the 1950s. So through decades of theorizing and testing and practical application and observation, the evolution of phonics has emerged as probably one of the most single effective teaching tools there is. The efficacy of phonics has been verified by numerous scientific studies, as well as the countless students who have benefited from its genius. So that's it. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, if you liked what we were talking about, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like it, and leave a comment below. I'd love to get involved in a discussion. If I missed something or something was really important, I'd love to hear about it. And so until next time, my fellow educators, be well.